What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Monday. Got a 7-game slate here tonight. I got it broken down for you with my money six of my favorite plays on the slate. So before we get going, if you could drop a like in the video, that'd be appreciated. Let's try to get over 80 likes in this one. If you're ready to win some money, spam up that like button. Let's hop right into it. The first guy up is going to be Clayton Kershaw. The pitching on the slate doesn't have crazy upside, but I'm just going to go with one of the safest guys in Clayton Kershaw here. Going against an Arizona team, they actually have been pretty solid against lefties, but these guys on paper, I feel like I'm just a little bit more worried about them against righties with Jared Dyson against like a righty, Marte, David Peralta. So against a lefty, Dyson could be sitting here tonight. Go with the right-handed batter instead. Marte, switch hitter. He has been hitting good against lefties, but he's also been injured the last 2 nights. So maybe he's a little bit of rusty there. Peralta limited against a lefty. So if Kershaw can just make quicker work at the top of that lineup and just limit the bottom of the lineup as well, I feel like he can go deep in this game, around 6-7 innings again, and hopefully just give us over 20 to 25 DraftKings points. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. I think he has a good shot of getting the win as well. And for my second guy, I'm going to go with John Gray at 9,800. He's been up and down this year, but this is a big park downgrade. Big park upgrade for him going to San Fran. Really limits the power. That's the polar opposite of Colorado. And his strikeout stuff has been pretty solid. Can be a very high upside strikeout guy. We saw 10 Ks against San Diego, but he wasn't able to limit the hits and runs. But if he can just, like I said, limit that power upside and get the strikeouts, which he's capable of, against a Giants team that does strike out a good amount, 24.5% of the time against righties. They're only implied 3.7 runs, so Vegas likes him a good amount. Does have a shot to get some run support against a guy like Drew Pomeranz. So 9,800. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. There's some good value on the slate, so it's still pretty easy to fill it out with those two pitchers. And for my first guy, I'm going to go with Anthony Rizzo at 4,600. Just too cheap for him in this spot. It's a really good hitting conditions here tonight in Chicago. We know that Chicago is one of the parks that does get impacted a little bit more by wind, and it's going to be 15-mile-an-hour winds blowing to right field, so the ball is going to carry very well. It's going to be very humid. He has a 286 ISO versus right-handed pitchers, and against Terry Ron, this is a guy that can allow a good amount of hard contact, good amount of home runs, and he's very inconsistent. So in these good hitting conditions, I could see him falling apart, and Anthony Rizzo and the Cubs really getting to them. They're implied like 5.9 runs. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I'm going to pair him up with Kyle Schwarber, another guy too cheap, batting leadoff, could get up to 5 at bats. Like I said, the ball is going to carry very well to right field. He has humongous power if he can just connect with one in this spot, and just a good little stack here. And Vegas likes it a lot based on the implied run total, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. I'm going to go with Jose Ramirez. This guy was disgusting last year, but he's been absolutely terrible so far this year. Literally, went from the two extremes. He showed his complete upside last year, and this year he's showing his complete downside. But the good thing is he's starting to break out a little bit of that slump. If you look at the last 10 games, batting 293, has 2 triples, a double, a home run, 2 stolen bases, and 10.3 DraftKings points in average. He's going against a pitcher in Brad Keller. I actually watched the whole entire game for Brad Keller last time against Seattle. His stuff just isn't very good. He's only a 2-pitch pitcher, so if they can just pick up on the stuff again here, he pitches the contact. So Jose Ramirez, if he can just get a single, get on first and get a stolen base, he can get 8 DraftKings points there. I think he does have some home run upside. Keller gave up, I believe, 2 home runs or 3 home runs last game. Was pitching to a lot of hard contact. And this is another team with a high run total, 5.6 runs. Jose Ramirez has gotten a stolen base on him before, so has that dual kind of upside with the stolen base ability, home run upside. There is some weather concerns in this game. It'll probably be more of a delay than a rainout based on what I've seen so far, but definitely stay updated with that in this Cleveland Royals game. But I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there at 3,900. Too cheap if he's actually starting to turn it around. It is too kind of early to tell, but based on the small sample recently, he's starting to pick it up. And for my final guy, I'm going to go with Robinson Cano at 3,200. Another guy pretty cheap for a team that does have good upside. He's actually been hitting a lot better against righties. His numbers aren't bad, like a 180 ISO versus righties. It is a park upgrade. Going to Philadelphia, going against a pretty bad pitcher in Eflin. He's 3 for 5 with a home run against them. And Cano, his hard contact rate's pretty solid, 45% against righties. And like I said, much better against them. So if he just avoids a lefty in this matchup, gets 4 at-bats against righties, I think he has the upside at 3,200 as a nice little pump play for a guy that can give you some good value. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So you got Kershaw, John Gray, Rizzo, Cano, Ramirez, and Kyle Schwarber, all guys with really good home run upside. And Kershaw and John Gray, not crazy, like 30-plus upside, but I feel like they can get a good enough amount of strikeouts, limit the power, and be able to get a shot to get a win as well. So good luck here tonight. Slap a like in the video if you enjoyed it. 80-plus likes, like I said, is the goal. Let's see if we can hit that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to continue to get these MLB DFS picks the remainder of the season. Good luck here tonight, and we'll see you back here again next time.